Hey guys, this is R Chataway87, aka Ryan Chataway. This is part 2 of my Criterion Collection video where I just show off actually all of my Criterion Collection. If you are just now watching this and you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you to go ahead and click on video 1 and check that one out, and then come back and check this one out. And also, just want to remind you about my new film analysis series, episode 1. Where I analyze Eyes Wide Shut. If you haven't checked that out, I suggest you check it out. And so I'll go ahead and start with some more of my Criterion. Alright, the first movie on my list is a great film by one of cinema's best directors ever. That's Ingmar Bergman's Fanny and Alexander. Now, this is the theatrical edition. At the time, I got it at Barnes & Noble, and it was just better for me to get this one financially. I think it was like at a 50% off sale, and I had like 3 other Criterions at the time, and so I wanted to get more for my money. So I got the theatrical one, which I think is an extraordinary movie. Eventually, I might actually wait until see if they come out with if they haven't already yet, come out with a Blu-ray of the whatever the 5-disc one is, the extended television edition. But this is a great movie. This has a lot of, this has 2 discs, has introductions, and I think it has commentaries. Yes, it has an audio commentary from different film scholars. So it's a overall pretty decent 2-disc release. But like I said before, it's just the theatrical one. It's not the actual mini-series or film series, which I hear was a lot more satisfying. But anyways, that's number 1. And it's spine number 263. The next film is the start of a few Criterion that I have by one of my favorite directors of all time, and that's Federico Fellini. First film is The White Sheik. And he made this film before he actually became pretty famous. This was before 8½, and before La Dolce Vita, and before La Strada, and this is a great film. I think this was like considered his first actual, no, it wasn't. I think it was like his second or third film that, this is I think the film though that started getting him critically acclaimed. And it's a comedy. It's about a guy who, he's on his honeymoon with his wife in Rome, and it's kind of a little slapstick kind of thing, and all these things happen. She runs away, and she's like fantasizes about this like comic book guy, or I forgot what I think he's just an actor, a character, and she like leaves her husband just to go look around for him. Meanwhile, the husband's stuck back at the hotel with her family that randomly showed up, and it is just an awesome movie. And the Fellini film Nights at Cabiria, I think that's how it's pronounced, starring Juliet Messina in the role that she is in that movie. Well, that same character and Juliet Messina make a little cameo performance in this film. And it's just a great film. It's funny, it's touching, and everybody should see it. And it's spine number 189. And it was released in 1951. So it was a very early Fellini film. Alright, and the next film is probably one of the most widely considered or widely known movies that Fellini has done. That's 8½. And this is a 2-disc special edition. This is a fascinating movie. And it works great as just a kind of like a midlife crisis kind of film. And it also works great as kind of like a surreal film. And I'm going to be analyzing this probably like the 3rd or 4th analyzing episode of mine. But this film is brilliant. I mean, I can't even explain it. It's about a film director who kind of goes mad. In the 70s or 80s, they actually made a musical out of it. They adapted it into a musical called 9, which was recently made into a movie by Rob Marshall starring Daniel Day-Lewis and a bunch of other actresses. And I actually like musicals, so the movie was actually, in my opinion, pretty good. I liked it more than Chicago and stuff. But nothing compares to 8½. This film is amazing. And it's loaded with special features. It's just a great film. Came out in 63, and it is spine number 140. And I actually don't, for a Fellini fan, La Dolce Vita isn't really actually my favorite Fellini film. I actually don't really care for it too much. That might be blasphemy to some people, but I'm not really impressed. I like his other films more. So, and the next film I'm going to talk about is actually, other than The Godfather, which everybody, my friends and family know is my all-time favorite movie, and so is like Taxi Driver and stuff. But the next film is probably my second all-time favorite film, and it's one of those movies that there could be a movie that will make a guy tear up, and this is one of the ones that is just such an extraordinary, powerful movie, and that's La Strada. It's an amazing, amazing film. It's about a woman who's sold to a strong hand. He goes around different cities and does little magic shows and stuff, but the girl's sold to him, and he just kind of treats her like crap. And she is such a sweet girl, but throughout the film, I think she somewhat falls in love with him. You don't really know for sure, but then he somewhat falls in love with her, and it's one of those things that he didn't realize how much he loved her until he lost her kind of stories. And Martin Scorsese does an amazing introduction on this DVD, and it's just such a powerful film. And Anthony Quinn plays the strong hand. Zampano is his name. It's just, I can't even talk about it anymore because this is one of those movies that everybody needs to see in their lifetime. And it's brilliant, so check it out. And it's spine number 219.